Hi everyone, welcome back to the F word, where the F stands for fertility. Today we have a guest here. We're going to be talking about some stuff while we do our makeup, so I'll have my guest introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Umulkheyr, and I'm Elena's friend.
We're going to be talking about
What kind of birth control do you want, and how do you find the right one? Because I've tried multiple ones for the past 5 years, I should say. I've just been experimenting with them. I've tried the nuvaring. I tried the pill. I didn't like the pill. It was
I didn't
have
either.
to remember it every day. I can't.
Me too, that's why I didn't want to do it, because I hated having to remember it every day.
Yeah.
And there was this one time where I used to have alarm on my phone go off because I was afraid that I would forget to take it. And I was on my very first cabin trip with Steve's family. And we were all outside playing with the kids and making tie-dye and stuff. And my phone was away on a picnic table somewhere else. And this was before we were married. I had just barely met his family. The only one I really knew was his twin brother. And his twin brother came out of the little cabin right as my alarm was going off, and in front of the whole family, he picks up my phone and goes, "Luna, it's time to take your birth control."
I tried it for 7 days, and it was more one, I couldn't remember. Two, it kind of had a lot of side effects that were not welcomed in my life. It was a bunch of mood swings, and I know people avoid, birth controls because of the side effects, and mood swings are one of the biggest ones in all, any of them that you try, but it just depends on who you are. The severity of it depends on the person's body.
So what were you looking for in a birth
I was
control?
looking for weight gain and bone strengthening was what I went into for. Well, I've researched the nexplanon. I've researched, and everybody was "Don't try this, you're gonna get weight." So I was I like it.
Because you were trying to gain weight.
Yeah, I was trying to gain weight, and so I was I like it. Let me try it. It's inserted into your arm. The new ones are up to 5 years.
What was the order that you tried these birth controls in?
I tried the nuvaring first.
And that didn't work?
That did not work. That was just, I have to remind, everybody else that ever does birth control, everybody uses it for different things.
Mm-hmm.
It protects pregnancy. I did not, do it for that, and I wouldn't know if it was effective or not, because I was using it for a different reason.
Yeah.
And I'd done it for 3 to 6 months. So I'm doing all of these. The doctors are recommending 3 to 6 months. So I did give it enough, time for it to either work or not, which did not work. After that, I've tried the pill.
How was the pill for you? Because I hate it.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy for me too.
It was a lot of deep mood swings, and I'm
Same.
and I'm a person who's I'm just a bubbly person, no matter what. And that went away. I became I became a zombie. I was lashing at people, which I don't do. I'm talking you were hi, and I'm don't touch me. You know what I mean?
Same.
So I was yeah, something's wrong. So that one, I'm not gonna lie, I did not last longer than a month. I couldn't handle it. It was unhealthy.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was for me too. I was the most depressed I've ever been when I was on the pill. And I didn't want people to talk to me or touch me. Okay, so then you went to nexplanon?
Yes, I tried that. That is the longest one I had, and I've had it for 4 years. I was well, it's not doing what I want it to do anymore, so just remove it. But I did get a new one, and I'm starting to see weight gain. I don't know if it's related or if that's due to my lifestyle, but my lifestyle...
COVID lifestyle.
Yeah.
I remember when I stopped nexplanon a year and a half ago, I didn't change my lifestyle in terms of exercise or eating, and I lost a bunch of weight.
Okay.
So I do think it was because of that. Do you want to talk about the experience of like getting it put in and then the removal?
You do know I'm a baby, so I'm not good with pain. So I was like terrified. That's one of the reasons that stops me from piercings or anything. It's just a matter of pain. So and people did tell me on the internet that it was gonna be painful, you know. So
getting it put in?
Yeah. But when I went in there, it took less than a minute from like the moment the doctor got everything out to like inserting and being done with it. It took less than a minute.
Yeah.
But they do numb you for it. It was not painful at all, like everybody said. But then again, everybody's tolerance to pain and medication, like responding to pain is different. Like I talked to a doctor because I was scared and I didn't know what to do, and I was just like, how about I just go talk to somebody? So I went to Planned Parenthood and I was just like, hey, I need help, and they were really nice about it. I mean, I was fully adult, but
do doctors ask why you want it?
Yeah, it's weird. I had a friend who wanted birth control, and her doctor was questioning it in a way that, because of her religion, I mean, she was wearing a scarf too. And he was like, does your mom know you're getting this?
What? That's so inappropriate.
Like, does your community know you're getting a birth control? And it was just like, why do you...
Was
like,
the doctor Muslim?
No. That's what I meant. Like, Planned Parenthood didn't ask me inappropriate questions. So this is why people don't talk about birth controls. And I just wanted to be like, it's useful for a lot of things. And I've had people be like, if you're on birth control, you must be sexually active. And that's not how it goes.
I mean, if people don't learn about it, like in school, then how are they supposed to know that birth control could help them with other things besides pregnancy prevention?
That's the first thing people ask you is, are you sexually active if you're on a birth control?
If you're 19, they should not be asking you if your parents know.
This is the reason why a lot of people, you know, don't go out flat out and say, I'm going to go get birth control. Like, everybody has to hush about it.
Okay, so then how was it after, like, the week after?
Once you get the insert, your arm will be bruised for a while. I
remember that.
For me, at least, I was grouchy and, like, very grouchy, I should say. And, like, I don't know, I just felt like a 60-year-old human that was tired with life at first. With the new one. I just brought out, like, the mood swings out again, but in this time it came in the form of depression. So it was completely different. Like, I am actually considering taking out the new one.
Yeah.
Because it's just doing more harm for me than it actually helping me with the weight gain. So I have no purpose for it anymore. Like, I'm talking, like, staying in the house and not wanting to talk to anybody for, like, days.
Yeah. So, for me, the insertion of nexplanon was, like, whatever. It didn't really have an effect on me. But getting it out was, like, horrible. So how was getting your first one out? What happened? Tell me that story.
That went well for me. Like, when I walked in, I had a new doctor, and she said I was lucky of where they placed it, because they placed it where they were supposed to back in the time when they had, you know, what they were told to do, but now it's a new place that they prefer to put it in your arm. So,
really?
Yeah. So
where do they put it now?
So when my doctor came in, she was like, you know, my first one was in here. And the second one is in here.
Oh.
So as you can see, the marks, like, just took less than a minute.
Ugh,
and
God,
was
you're
done.
lucky.
And then I just had to wait for the new one. That one took a little bit longer because they had to make sure that area was okay. And I did get it in the same arm. So I just waited like a good 5 minutes for this one to just be cleaned up and whatnot. And then I got the new one, which also took less than a minute.
Wow, you have a pretty good look with them.
Yeah, that's why I'm, like, very sad the fact that this is not working for me, because I really, truly want it to work for me.
How long have you had this one?
Since December. So I've given it enough trial, and the mood swings did not start until, well, the severe depression did not, like, start until maybe 3 months ago. Even though my job, like, is, like, dealing with people, I just hated the fact that I had to deal with people. Like, humans were, like, I don't know, it just made me hate people.
Yeah.
They recommended I try the pills on top of this.
On top?
Yeah.
You can take two at the same time?
Yeah, you can, actually.
Okay, this is a new thing we're learning, so tell me about that.
So you can take...
I did not know about this.
2 birth controls on top of each other, and sometimes they do that to help you stop with bleeding. My bleeding was at first it was severe, and then it was like
Same.
it dragged.
Yes.
I'm talking 3 to 6 months.
I spotted for like 10 months.
Yeah, my period cycle is like a lot shorter than everybody else.
It's shorter than 28 days.
Yeah, it's way shorter. So
mine's way longer.
See, like, and so sometimes I get my period twice a month. That's my normal. And I've been
when you weren't on birth control also?
Yeah, when I was not on birth control. So that's what I consider my normal. It's considered irregular.
My doctor told me that it's like birth control is basically just like a reset. So whatever happens when you're on birth control, usually your body goes back to what it was doing before.
Yeah, and like a what? Is it a 6 months time frame they ask you to give it to? For
like 6 to 12, yeah.
Yeah, for everything to go back to normal. Because I know I've witnessed people that are trying to get pregnant that have gone off, you know, being on birth control, and I know that they're told to wait, like, you know, like, don't expect anything to go back to normal. You have to wait.
Well, the crazy thing about coming off nexplanon is that a lot of people purposefully you get like a surge right when you get it taken out. Mm-hmm. So people will like take out nexplanon and literally get pregnant like the next day.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Okay, that is very interesting. When I got taken it out, the doctor was like, just wait 7 days is what I was told.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to wait.
Yeah, 7 days is from the time they take it out to the time you can have sex. And I just looked at her and I was just like, okay. Mm-hmm. And because she had my medical chart, she knew what I was using the birth control was for. But they still talk to me about everything else, you know, that it's for, because medically they have to talk to you about it.
I feel like that's good also, because they never know, like, why you put that on your forms, or, you know, they just want to cover all their bases.
Yeah.
So, do you think that people learn enough about hormones and birth control and fertility and all of that in their childhood or in their schooling experience?
No, because
What kinds of things did you learn about in school?
So how I learned birth control was just you use birth control to stop, you know, having kids, and that was it. That was the end of the usage for that. I just researched it by myself, and I wish I haven't had to do that. Like, I wish I had the ability to ask a teacher, like a health teacher, be like, hey, like, I have this problem. How can I solve it? And not be condemned for it, you know what I mean? Especially depending on who you ask. Because even if somebody doesn't have the same religion as you, if they feel like your religion doesn't allow that, all of a sudden they ask you, like, are you supposed to have it?
Right, which is super shady, because it's like, you're my teacher. You should be giving me information, no matter who I am or where I come from or whatever. Like, your job is to teach me.
I looked for it in my religion, and, like, nowhere did it say you can't have birth control.
Yeah.
You know? It just can't harm you. Like, you just can't have something that harms your body. So that part of it is why I'm taking this one out, is because it's causing more damage than it's causing, you know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
you're considering it as something that is harming your body now.
Yes. So now it became an issue of, do I want to continue this? Do I want to, like, be in, like, a state where I'm super depressed and harm myself in other ways, or take something out that I already know is the cause of it?
So what are they going to try next for you?
It solely depends on me, what I want to try next. And because I was using birth control for a weight gain, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be on one until this one can be perfected, or if I can find out why this reacted differently than the last one I had.
I also wonder if it's because we're, like, have been in quarantine, and, like, I know that a lot of people have had, like, huge effects on their mood, and, like, if your lifestyle is different, if you're previously, like, running around and, like, doing a bunch of stuff, and now you're not, and you have way less social interaction. I don't know. I wonder how that affects people's
Well, and that's also what I want to figure
experiences
out.
With birth
if that's the reason why I gained weight. If, you know, because I haven't been active for a good 30 days or more.
Yeah.
And normally I am active. I walk probably like 5 miles a day without knowing about it in heels at the airport.
In heels?
Just pointing it out there because it's hard.
Well, I can't walk in heels.
It's part of my uniform.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, you know, walking around the airport, I clock pretty much 5 miles a day because I am walking.
5 miles a day. Well, then, yeah, I bet that has a huge effect.
I was very, again, And if that, birth control didn't help. So I'm wondering if quarantine, if I just need to sit at home and eat. My thyroid is overactive. I yo-yo with my thyroid.
Oh.
So
oh no.
I healthily will gain weight. My problem is like maintaining it.
Yeah.
So I think my birth control, at least this one right now, might be in conflict with my thyroid, and I will talk to my doctor in depth about that.
Bodies are so complicated, and so many things are going on in your body all the time that it's like you never know how many, like so many tens of hundreds of things are interacting. And then it's also like your body reacts to like stress and like environmental factors too. So it's just like, it's so hard to know what's happening.
And food.
Right, what you're eating.
Food, like, is a factor. But if you're confused and you have no idea what works for you, talk to somebody, talk to a doctor. Because they're likely going to give you the information straight out. At least you have something that's, like, tangibly done by a doctor or that has been researched instead of somebody saying you should get this because it worked for me.
Right. That's my number one pet peeve. I'm like, I won't come on
that
here and tell you, like, don't get the next one on, it's horrible. Or, like, yes, get this. Because everyone's body is going to react so differently. And I do not think that people should be basing their, like, personal health choices on other people's experiences without all the information. And I was going to say, related to going and asking questions, I think that a great place to do that is a place like Planned Parenthood.
And everything is online, too. Like, things that are available. And I'm not trying to push Planned Parenthood to people. It's just the most free thing somebody could go. Like,
it's definitely most
walk into. It's cost effective. And, again, it's not... You're your own person when you walk into a Planned Parenthood. That's how I feel. Like, you could be a 15-year-old walking in and they'll treat you like a human being instead of a 15-year-old. Because at one point, like, I feel like we all understand our bodies and you can't tell someone, your parent or your guardian.
That's what I say.
Like, the guardian doesn't know what's going on with the body. Like,
they don't feel what you're feeling.
Yeah, it's like education, and then there are a lot of people out there who need birth control for things that are honestly not sexually related. And I feel like if we make it normal, then people would just use it for all these other things, and in the process, you're protected from a baby. People are actually shocked when they find out I'm on birth control just because of my religion, so I always have to have that conversation of, like, it's actually good for something else. Like, people are like, what? And most people that I've talked to were not aware that you could use birth control for other things than to stop a baby.
Yeah.
It was just really weird because I'm like, well, because in my culture, birth control is not a normal thing. You just go out and get it. So it's a learning curve.
In your experience, like the people that you know, is it normal for, like, people who have already had kids to get on birth control to not have any more? Or even then, people still won't get on birth control?
People won't still get on birth control. Like, it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from, because birth control is still considered, something taboo for a lot of people. Because it comes with the assumption you're having sex if you're on it.
Yes. So
no teen, like a religious teen, wants to tell their parents, I want to get on birth control. The first thing they say is, who's your boyfriend or who you sleeping with? And I'm just like, you know what I mean? So I try not to be like, everybody get on birth control. I'm always like, do what's good for you.
Yeah.
First. And then they're like, well, what did you do? And then I tell them what I did.
Well, thank you for coming and sharing your experiences.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun. I look like a Nubian queen.
Yeah, we look good now. We started natural. Now we look all glam. And we talked about some important stuff.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Yay!
Teen, I no longer associate myself with like younger crowds. So people that I talk to are usually above 20. But for some reason, they're still like teens to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, like a young adult.
Yeah, but a young
we're
adult.
old now.
Is it weird that we're going to be 30? Oh, God, I can't.
We're not going to be 30 for 4 more years.
Yeah, it's going to be right out in the corner. But,
remember when I thought that you were 21 and you were like, I'm 25? I literally thought you were 21 for so long.
And then the joke for the whole year was like,
Yeah, she was joking the whole year and I thought she was being serious. So she kept being like, oh no, they calculated my birth wrong. I'm actually 21. And she kept telling me and I kept believing her.
Did I ever say sorry for that?
You laughed at me when I found out. Oh God, I really messed my eyeliner up.
I know, it's like...
Okay, we're almost done. Oh, we're already... Okay, cool. Sorry. We're filming. Ew.
You want to do it the hair right there?
That's gross.
Yeah, color. I can borrow.
I got lots of color.
I don't know if my contouring is... I don't know. Hope you can't.